It's Saturday night, I'm John Kramer, and tonight SNL had Sarah Palin in its sights, but couldn't quite pull the trigger. Now, one of the beauties of live television is that you just never know quite what you're going to get, which is really exciting and can be a good thing or a bad thing. And in the case of tonight's Tina Fey hosted episode of SNL, it was most definitely a good thing, although maybe a bit less so if you're a big Barack Obama supporter. Now, like most of you out there, I was expecting to see Tina Fey open the show up as Sarah Palin, and was therefore pretty surprised to see Fred Armisen show up playing Barack Obama doing a sketch centering around a fake 2010 census form with a bunch of bogus questions on it, which I didn't find particularly funny, but it did occur to me that the right-wingers out there would have found it absolutely hilarious, except for the fact that they probably believe the fake questions in the sketch were the real questions on the 2010 census form. And as for the rest of the evening, the cast and crew of SNL turned in a really outstanding night of comedy, taking on everything from Tiger Woods and the Masters to the molestation charges against the Catholic Church in what was one of the most funny, biting, and spot-on guest editorials I've ever seen them do on Weekend Update, which serves as a perfect bookend to Tina Fey's own lecture she did later in Weekend Update on the state of women in the world today. I mean, both those bits on Weekend Update you have absolutely got to see. But the highlight of the show had to be Tina Fey's appearance as Sarah Palin, which is at once both brilliantly funny and slightly disappointing at the same time. Now, the bit about Sarah Palin starting her own network was just laugh-out-loud funny stuff. I loved all the shows they came up with for her, and particularly the Death Panels bit. Now, I know a lot of you out there are really going to disagree with me on this, but I'd have to say that tonight's take on Sarah Palin was probably the easiest SNL has ever gone on her, and inflicted the least amount of political damage we've ever seen them do to her, particularly following the really biting parody they did of the movie 2012 earlier this season, centering on a Palin presidency, which would then, in the words of Fox News, probably make this the most fair and balanced episode of SNL we've seen in a long time, which leaves me really disappointed.